How do attachment styles impact your life and your relationships? Hey, it's Sunny Sekhon here. I'm a love coach, relationship expert, and author to Awaken the Love Within. After many years of helping clients let go of patterns that stop them from finding love, attachment styles is actually the basis of where it all comes from. So attachment styles have been studied in psychology for many, many years. And I actually went through this in some psychology studies that I did, and most importantly, in my own patterns within my relationship. So I was an anxious attachment style, and this pattern was actually pushing relationships away because I was living in a very low relationship and attachment vibration. And the vibration of what you give out is actually what you receive. So I was living in this low vibration where I was anxious about many things that were happening in my life. And during that process, I was pushing people away, as well as I was making life very hard for me. So when I went and studied this within NLP, as well as qualifying as a coach and doing many, many things to really understand what patterns are serving us or not. And that's the beauty of NLP. It's a neuro-linguistic programming, which I'm a practitioner of. You understand what patterns help you in life and what patterns break you. And then what we're doing there, we're really getting you back into the whole of you. What language patterns work, what don't work, what limiting beliefs are holding you back. And in this, we can identify what belief structures, what problems you have in your life, and how this relates to psychology theories, and how we can mix the both to really have a combination to be able to change your life. And this is what happened initially. I was 18 years old and I was a very anxious kid. I would always apologize for things, even when it wasn't my own fault. I'd be apologizing. And when I got into a relationship, I found the love of my life back then. She was a beautiful woman, a beautiful girl who was both young at the time. And in that relationship, I was overly apologetic. I was giving my power too much to this woman. I was being so nice to her, so sweet, and not really valuing myself. Guess what? She never valued me either, because it's the exchange of both. I didn't value me, so she never valued me. So in that battle up, she ultimately cheated on me. I know, I forgive her. I swear I do. No, she cheated on me. And that was because I was overly anxious, overly nice, overly caring, overly everything. So part of the process was I had to learn. I had to learn not to be this way. And the simplest one, and this is what happens to most people, they move from being anxious and nice and giving and caring, and they become a bit closed off within their heart, closed off within relationships. And then I hate to admit it, but I became a player. I became so closed off. And actually, people used to find that attractive. I went and learned strategies on how to find the right partner. And this is what something you could use in your life, especially if you're struggling with your attachment styles right now. So as I went and I was anxious and I broke my heart, and that girl did. And then afterwards, I became more closed off, became a bit of a player. Learned how to talk, how to communicate, how to dress in a way, how to have a life which other women wanted to be a part of, which was the next part of my journey. I studied a bit of pickup artist. And this is when I was around the age of 20, 21. I was learning these skills. Even though I was learning these skills, I became an avoidant attachment style, which is the other attachment style. So an avoidant attachment style is when you avoid deeper relationships, so when you avoid deeper intimacy, deeper communication, and also allowing somebody into your heart. The reason why is because of that pain from that last relationship. And I'll share with you in a short while that actually it came from when I was younger. But that pain from the last relationship really ricocheted inside of me and really hurt me. So as a result of that, I was closed off and I had this avoidant attachment style. This avoidant attachment style was saying, everyone's going to get in, but I am going to get what I want. And many people live their lives this way. It becomes very successful at work, where you're focused and getting results in a certain area. However, when it comes down to long-term love, the avoidant attachment style doesn't work out, because when things get tough, the avoidant wants to avoid. So whenever anything would get tough within relationships, I was out of here. I was leaving the door, because I didn't want to do the deeper work. I didn't want to do the deeper pain of the relationship. I only wanted the fun stuff. And if it wasn't fun, I'm out. During that process, I had to learn, and I did learn a lot of good things about myself. Learn that I can meet women, and I learned how to talk and communicate with the right partners. And I learned that if I put my area of focus into work or business, I'm going to create success. And that's what I did for many, many years. However, the problem was I wasn't fulfilled inside. And this is what most people are facing right now. You're having a great life, working hard, you have a great business, things are working out in that way. But when you're looking at a relationship, you can attract fast. However, you can't have that longer, deeper relationship. And the reason why is because, simply put, you're avoiding going deeper within that relationship, because it's so sensitive and that hurt is still there. And that's what happened with me. So when I think we'll go deeper, you're more wobbled because you're vulnerable. You're scared to go deeper into that relationship. So once we have to let go of that pain, that's when we can actually start stepping into more of a secure relationship and start living with more courage within the relationship. I'm okay to be vulnerable. It's okay if you hurt me. It's okay if you don't hurt me. It's okay to love. I'm going to be brave enough, have enough courage within to actually love. And they were the steps I had to do. So I had to learn to understand these attachment styles within, understand what I was doing for my life by avoiding these situations of deeper intimacy. Because overall, my outcome was I wanted a relationship. And many, many clients have the same thing. They come to me saying, Sonny, I need a relationship. I want a relationship. I want love in my life. And I'm talking to them and I'm saying, look, we can get love in your life, but what's holding you back? And they can't identify that as themselves. Yeah, Sonny, I'm finding the wrong partner outside. And if this sounds like you, then listen up properly. They're saying, Sonny, I'm finding the wrong partner. All the people I meet are just not the right one. Oh, there's no good people out there. The reason why we're blaming the outside world, because it's so hard to look inside. So hard to say, I need to make a change. I need to do something about my life. So instead, what we do is we go blame the outside world, blame everyone else. And then we go, it's not my fault. It's not my responsibility. It's theirs. And during that process, we're really passing on the hurt. We're passing on the responsibility. So step number one, really, that I had to take in my life to go from that avoidant was first I had to take accountability for relationships. And write this down. Taking accountability absolutely transformed my life, and it would transform yours. So taking accountability goes, everything is my fault. Okay, I'm having a bad relationship, it's my fault. I'm having arguments, it's my fault. And it's very hard to initially learn about, but then later on you step into becoming the creator of your life. You start creating more wealth, more happiness, more joy, because remember, it's all your fault. So you create everything. However, when we're passing it on to someone else or something else, when I was that avoidant attachment style, what I was doing was I was saying, it's their fault the relationship isn't working. It's their fault that love isn't happening. And it surpassed the hurt that I used to have, which is the reason why I'm not in love today. I'm finding that right partner. But really, when I take full accountability, I say, okay, it's my fault that I was hurt in the past because I was too pleasing. I was too nice. I was overly sickeningly nice. I was given so much love, not allowing it to receive. I wasn't valuing myself when I take accountability. I wasn't seeing the man that I was, the man that I am. And instead, I was putting the other person on a pedestal, which meant that she had the authority to do anything that she wanted. So when I take accountability, I say, how should I be respecting myself? How should I respect who I am as a man? And then also that will ricochet out to them, which is what I learned when I took that next step. When I went to the avoidant, I respected myself. I valued myself. I knew who I was. On the outside layer, However, internally, I was still holding on to that pain because that young boy inside of me was still suffering. That makes sense? I was still suffering because of that hurt and because I wanted to please. We're going to get to that in a moment. Because I wanted to please and I wanted to give so much and I wanted to do so much that I thought that was love. When in actual fact it wasn't. So it was a ricochet of that. And then when I learned that if I take accountability, then actually I'm ruining relationships because I'm not letting somebody into my heart. I'm not letting somebody be part of me. So as I was saying, I have these clients that come up to me, they're 57, some 60. And I reference these ones because they're more at the older age. There's 31-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 23-year-olds that have these avoidant attachment styles. There's many people that are going through life with these kind of attachment styles that's governing their life, that's pushing and sabotaging relationships constantly. But I'll reference 57-year-old, and when she goes to me, Sonny, it's been 25 years since been in a long-term relationship, a real relationship. I've dated once or twice, but nothing's really happened. And what went on in your childhood? She was like, Sonny, I had 2 great parents, they were there for me, had a full family. We did some deep hypnosis work, and we figured out that actually what happened was she was left in a supermarket for a few hours. As she was left for a few hours, she made a decision in her mind that I never want to be hurt again. And when she made that decision that she never wants to be hurt, guess what? That heart closed. She closed that heart, and then throughout life, she kept repeating this. She'll date, but nothing will really happen. She'll be in a relationship, but she'll never let the person in, so they cheated. She would be going on a first couple of dates with people, and she'll create such a wedge from her heart to them that they never want to progress anything. And she was saying that she's done everything to try and make the relationship work. But as we can see, the actual fact is that because of that block from her heart, she was just pushing the partner away. That means the right partner could be coming right in front of her and carry on walking because that block from her heart was so big that it just pushed them away. Interestingly, we got to remove that block and got to really help her out. And then she brought in the right partner. She brought in somebody that was there for her, and they brought her roses. And she was like, this is the first time somebody's ever brought me roses. And it was like a milestone. And it was beautiful because at that age, she had formed a beautiful relationship with this guy. And she was able to be open again. Because that's the thing. These experiences in life, sometimes they close us off, like what happened with me. But there's always lessons in these kind of behaviors that we form. And once we take them lessons, once we take accountability for it, then we can go to the next level of life. And that's what it's all about, right? It's about how can we get to that next level of relationships, next level of love? How can we truly feel fulfilled? Because when I was that avoidant character that was dating and meeting lots of people, but I was so avoidant that I couldn't let anyone in, I wasn't happy with life. I wasn't happy with relationships. I was actually unhappy. I wanted more, but I didn't know how to get it. So here, I'm going to show you now, like, this is a way to get it. We've got to open up that heart. And the way that we open the heart up is we have to let go of any of the pains that have happened in the past. So what I would do is I would say, you got to think about maybe your ex-partner. What happened with that ex-partner? And then I want you to just kind of see it in a different way, where like you push that image away a little bit. Do this now if you can. Just think about that ex-relationship that you had for a second. Focus on it and almost just push it away so it becomes a little bit smaller. As it becomes a little bit smaller, look at it and see, okay, what lessons can you take from that relationship? What's something that you can add into your life now? Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give that younger self, that younger you? Is it to respect yourself more? Is it to be more open? Is it to own up to some things within the relationship? Have more compassion, have more love? Maybe have more empathy for the situation. Maybe you wouldn't have chose that person in the first place. Maybe you only chose them because they were safe and you thought that they wouldn't hurt you, rather than truly choosing somebody to love. I know I've done that in the past. I've done that many times where I chose somebody where I thought, she's not going to hurt me. Life's going to be okay with her. And I end up liking her. And then she hurts me anyway. Because these are kind of the things that happen. And we see this so much. Once I was a client, and recently she came to the office in London. And she was in my office in London. She was saying, Sonny, I want a long-term relationship. I want a beautiful long-term relationship. I guess, okay, well, what's holding us back right now? What's the pattern that's holding you back? She goes, nothing, everything's fine, I want it. I was like, are you excited for it? Because that's one of the things, I wouldn't be excited for a long-term relationship. Yeah, I'm excited. So I had to do a subconscious test with her, almost like a muscle testing. So I was testing, and muscle testing is where our body responds to our subconscious, so we get the true answers. It's called kinesiology. Kinesiology tests our muscles and our muscle reaction for the truth. So I did a little test with her and said, okay, how would you feel in a relationship where it's been going for 6 months? She was strong. Oh, okay, you wanted a 6-month relationship. So what about when that relationship becomes 12 months? How are you going to feel? And she went really weak. Why are you going so weak? What's going on? I was like, what's coming up inside you? She goes, no, nothing's wrong. So I tested again. As I tested, there was still some hurt there. There was hurt from that last relationship, the past relationship. And because she was trying to cover it up consciously, but deep down inside, she was still scared, we had to remove that. I had to remove that past pain from that last relationship and that hurt, help her see a better relationship and open up her heart again. And we did that through some energetic work, some deep breathing, and some hypnosis to be able to let go of it. As we did that, it was amazing. That evening, she was out with me and a few others. She met somebody that's an incredible person because she was open to it now. So some of you are saying, Sonny, I've been trying all these things, and yeah, I know about these attachment styles, but sometimes we have to really open up to it. We have to take the lessons from the past, focus on them, take the lessons from a higher place. As we take them lessons, we want to let go of it, let go of the pain. As we let go of the pain and we realize that we are more than enough, then we start to ease off that pain. And I encourage you to look at some deeper hypnosis work, some timeline work to go back to that root cause of the pain. And then take the learnings and let go of all the struggles and the hurt and the pain. And remember the positives. Take them lessons from it. As you let go of them, you come back to now and realize that you are worthy. Realize that you're just meant to learn from that experience and then get a better value for yourself, have more compassion, more love, more self-respect, and allow your heart to open up. So here's a really beautiful way to do it. If you just close your eyes, if you just take a deep breath in with me, just quickly go close your eyes now. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just say, my heart is opening. My heart is opening. Just do that again. My heart is opening. One more time. My heart is opening. For some of you, you may have felt a light shift inside. Some of you might be about placing your hand on your heart, breathing in and letting it go. Because once we can remove them blocks from your heart, you can start bringing in more love, more deeper connection. Start becoming more of that secure attachment style, which is the 4th level, which is being secure. There's a fearful, there's the anxious, there's the avoidant, and there's secure. The fearful, they're just hiding. They don't want a relationship, they don't want nothing. They're in so much pain. The anxious is overthinking, taking on too much responsibility, like how I used to do it. The avoidant is blocking people off on their heart, not letting them in. And the secure, and it was Bowlesby that first figured this out. The secure is able to open up to love and to receive it in confidence, and also to give it. The habits of the secure attachment style is to know that they're worthy of love and know that they're enough. So if your partner is like moving away, then the secure would say, why are you moving away? I don't understand. Where the anxious might say, oh my God, I want you back, come back to me straight away. And the avoidant might say, get out of it, I'm too good for you anyway. And the fearful would say, oh, I knew this was going to happen. So each of these attachment styles actually dictate how we behave in certain situations, how we react, how we look at ourselves, how we connect with others. It all comes down to it. So once we start making them subtle shifts inside, start changing it outside. And the secure attachment style, one of them is knowing yourself and knowing your own self-worth and value. Another one is giving space to your partner. If they need space, you give them respected space. Not, I'm angry, you've gone away. More like, I love you and you need a bit of space, I'm here for you. These secure attachment styles actually have been proven to have very successful long-term and married success. So this is why it's important to step into that secure attachment style and have a beautiful relationship. Once we formed our secure attachment style, and I did it, because I was holding on to a lot of shame and guilt from when I was a young kid. When we let go of that, I let go of it, I became very secure within myself. Everything started to lift up. Relationships went really beautiful because it wasn't chaos anymore. It wasn't causing trouble anymore. Instead, it was living in love and passion and excitement. And that's really what we want. That's really what we're all after. It's having that beautiful harmony of life, of joy and love. And sometimes we think chaos is love, and that's only because of the blueprint that we grew up with. When we're growing up with chaos being everywhere, then we think this is life. But when we're going to go to the next level of love or relationships, we kind of start accepting the beauty of life, the beauty of relationships, the beauty of being together. And we can only do that when we really connect with ourselves and that love. And we let go of that hurt, that pain, that shame, whatever the guilt is, and we move away from it. I'm going to pull up in a second Dr. David Hawkins' Letting Go, and this is one of the most powerful things that you can watch and see. His book, Letting Go, is like one of my favorite, but it really breaks down exactly these emotions that are stuck within us, that are stopping us from getting to the next level. And it's Dr. Joe Dispenza that speaks about our conscious level creates the life that we see outside. So when sometimes we're stuck in a conscious level that isn't serving us, we've got to think, why? Why are we stuck there? Why are we stuck in this level of consciousness that's not helping us? And as we're doing that, we're understanding more and more, we need to get out of this. As we can see here, the different rankings there of whatever emotion and consciousness we're stuck at is going to affect our life in a different way. So I just wanted to quickly come on today and just share with you some nuggets about attachment styles and how they impact your relationship and your love life. Hit follow, hit subscribe, because I'm looking forward to sharing more golden tools with you, golden nuggets in order for you to create a better life. Remember, you deserve love and you are more than enough. That's it from Sunny Sekhon. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon on this channel and this video to add more value to your life and to be able to create more happiness and joy for you. Thank you so much.